It was the 5th year of my marriage when I met my 18-year-old husband. He sized me up, a puzzled frown on his face. Why would I marry you 10 years from now? I asked him what he wanted to do. The young man, with an air of complete conviction, replied, get a divorce. The sooner, the better. I can't let my future self marry someone I don't love. I nodded, agreeing to his terms, and began to subtly distance myself from Matt. Until one day, I left work early and heard a violent brawl erupting from inside the house. Spreading rumors about me? You little punk. You think a 33-year-old me can't see through your 18-year-old schemes? A younger voice roared back. You're ancient. Why do you get to eat so well? Hate your future self. Just die. My response. The first time I saw Matt, I knew something was off. He was so young, too young, none of the effortless poise, none of the deep, unfathomable cunning I was accustomed to. He sat sprawled on the couch like a mere kid, his face still holding a touch of youthful plumpness that softened his otherwise sharp features, making them less intimidating. His first words stunned me. Who are you, Laura? I replied. Matt wore a casual hoodie and designer sneakers. The arrogance on his face seemed genuine, not a pretense. It was obvious. Either my husband of 5 years had de-aged, or this was his identical twin brother. I pondered for a moment, then pointed directly to our huge wedding portrait. As you can see, I'm married to you. Matt exploded. He shot to his feet, already showing the subtle bearing of someone used to authority. Married? To you? His tone dripped with disdain, his words laced with shock, his expression pure disgust. I subtly pulled my gaze away, calmly stating, it's my turn to ask questions. Matt seemed taken aback by my composure, visibly pausing. His eyes lingered on my face a little too long before he cleared his throat, rubbing his nose and looking away. Go on, ask. 3 minutes later, I understood. The person before me was an 18-year-old Matt. No wonder he was so arrogant. I couldn't help but stare intently at this younger version of my husband. It was, honestly, a fascinating experience. Matt rarely spoke of his past, and all I knew of him came from our married life. Perhaps my gaze was too open, too undisguised, because the Matt on the couch grew visibly flustered. He awkwardly drew in his long legs, trying to focus on the faint music playing in the background. After several attempts, he couldn't take it anymore. Look, can you stop staring at me? I peered down at his face. His fair skin was flushed with pink. Even his earlobes were red. As he wished, I turned away expressionlessly to get fruit from the fridge. Despite the shock, I was adapting well. Still, I found it hard to imagine what would happen if the two Matts ever met. Lost in my thoughts, the young Matt suddenly spoke. Why would my future self marry you? I was speechless for a moment. The boy's gaze was direct, even somewhat scrutinizing. Before I could answer, Matt continued. Knowing myself, my future self wouldn't like someone like you. I instinctively retorted. What, like me? Matt's next words caught in his throat. His lips parted, then closed again. I watched as his face reddened and his eyes darted away. Finally, unable to articulate anything coherent, Matt gave up, throwing caution to the wind. Just, you're kind of flashy. Flashy? Me? Flashy? I had braced myself for him to call me ugly, or old, but flashy? Maybe I had been a little headstrong and bold in my youth, but ever since marrying Matt, I transformed into the perfect daughter-in-law, a pillar of refined grace. Flashy was the last word anyone would use to describe me now. My expression soured, and my pleasant tone vanished. So, what exactly do you want? Matt, seemingly oblivious to my change in mood, didn't miss a beat at my question. He jumped to his feet, a strange mix of excitement and joy in his voice. Divorce? Of course. Then, he added, almost as an afterthought, the sooner, the better. I can't bear the thought of my future self marrying a woman he doesn't love. I pretended to agree. The main thing was to stabilize this 18-year-old Matt first. I settled him in a small villa I owned, handing him a phone. You can reach me anytime, but you must not show yourself to the other Matt. The young Matt visibly scoffed. You care about him that much? I blinked. It wasn't a matter of caring. It was a matter of two identical people existing in the same reality. Anyone would find it absurd. Besides, Matt was currently preoccupied with a crucial international partnership. Thankfully, young Matt agreed, but he had one condition. I was shocked. You want to hug me?